toolbox, a bit short this morning, we had an early start. No birthdays, but anniversary. So Renzi, 11 years yesterday. Congratulations, mate. And some positive recognition. So Ryan's going to say this bit.
Hang on, everyone. There was one lady who has sent in an email from the Port Pirie area. So the name's Sue. She's the organiser of a Heart Foundation walking group at Port Pirie. And this morning she was walking her mother, who was 91 years old, when she stumbled and fell on the Meridian strip at McDonald's. One of the Enervan vehicles had pulled over and given her a hand, helped them get across the road and get to her car. So she's extremely grateful for the assistance. She didn't get the name, she did get the vehicle. I haven't had a look who it is yet. But I'm assuming
There's Elliot, Aaron Kendrick.
Rumor has it Des got her phone number too. So.
the mother or the So that's just some nice recognition for helping out some old lady who's hurt herself. So good on the guys. That was a positive recognition. Next was the switching toolbox summary. Seb, have you got that, mate?
Yeah, so we had a pretty quiet week last week, really, but yeah, we just got this from Tim. Well, you got Tim printed it off for me, thank you, Nick. So basically just went switching. Just make sure your doors are closed and locked on all cubicles and TFs. And that goes for any other device, doesn't hurt, just give it a quick yank. I know that whatever, you're not supposed to be able to get the key out without actually having the lock blocked, but yeah, just double check it. And yeah, it's been 377 days without an incident. So hats on the back to everyone. And it actually felt quite good. We've got this basically just shows a graph of what's happened switching wise, and we were able to draw a nice highlighted line through all the way to the end of the year without a single incident in there for us. So go everyone, keep it up. So,
Welcome back, Seb, too. If everyone remembers who he is, he's been on for a while. So.
I've got 2 switching alerts for last week. I tried to quickly skim over them. So on the 24th of January, planned switching was carried out for an upgrade on Supple Road, 11 kV feeder, which was supplied from Virginia. As part of the switching, a section of Supple Road was tied away to Wyatt. The source CB of Supple Road operated at 1:47 PM on a fault created which created unplanned switching. The switching crew called NOC to start the restoration, and the controller issued the next switching items to restore the Supple Road feeder. The controller realised and called the switching crew, however the switching crew could not answer. The switching crew closed a DF which was faulty, and that was tied away via a feeder in Salisbury, trial feeder, in Salisbury, and the recloser opened, causing a loss of supply to customers. The extent of the injury, there was no injury, personnel or damage to plant. There was an additional loss of supply to approximately 973 customers for 11 minutes. The event highlights the importance of being vigilant about network abnormalities while carrying out switching on the network. So that's, yeah, I mean there should be stuff really, if there's a faulty DF or a faulty device or faulty something on the feeder, it should show up somewhere. So we'll look into that a bit further. On another one, on the 20th of January, planned switching was carried out to change a leaking tank at VR385 on the Hall Creek feeder. During isolation, VR385 was required to be placed in non-auto and neutral tap by supervisory. Controller executed the switching item to place the VR to non-auto by supervisory. The ADMS indicated that the controller that the step had been successfully executed. The crew on the site checked the tanks as per the procedure and called the controller advising that tank 3 was on tap 3 and not on neutral tap. The issue was rectified by the switching screw, and the switching continued without further incident. The extent of the injury, there was no injury to personnel or damage to plant, and no loss of supply. The immediate learnings. This event highlights the good switching practice carried out by the crew and the importance of being vigilant and checking the device status before continuing the switch. Again, just because it's supposed to be by supervisory doesn't mean it has happened. Yeah, just double check everything.
Just on that, so
Do we have to go physically check something on a VR if it's being controlled by the dolphin?
Well, that's the thing.
Because that's what it sounded like.
It sounds like it showed that it does work. Like it showed that it's operated, but it actually hasn't.
Yeah, but they said the crew checked it as per procedure. I thought that's a bit odd. I didn't think you'd have to.
Unless they were on site, unless they were locking. Yeah.
Yeah, but like, let's just say we're out once there's a day rather than all fishing. We don't go there.
Normally when someone's fishing too much advisory, unless it's going to be an in-feed, possible in-feed point, you don't go and look at it.
I think
Part of the procedure of bypassing the VT. I think they're checked.
so. It's not necessarily every time it's switched on. Yeah,
Yeah, because they'll change the tank on that, so yeah, they'll bypass it.
that makes sense.
That's about it.
That's it.
Alright, next up we've got some of the DS near misses and incidents. So it looks like there's just the one reported this week, and that is regarding the cable carrier. So on the 4th of January we had some works for a URD connection. Cable carrier is required to string some of the HV. Prior to inspection of the cable carrier before leaving the depot showed that a piece of aluminium conductor was used instead of the arc clip retaining pin. Right. So what are people's thoughts on how we can fix that in the future? I think it's pretty straightforward, but we need to make sure we've got the correct stuff on our equipment before we leave. So it was a good pickup. I reckon a lot of people have used that aluminium conductor in the past, and we also all know how easy aluminium conductor can break, and that pin could have just been sitting there while we're stringing cable. Not sure if it was under tension, but that could have been quite dangerous. So just make sure we got the right stuff, especially something that's supposed to be stopping the cable popping out. So anyone else got anything further to add?
Good reporting.
Yeah.
Have we got a replacement thing for that?
Yep.
Yep, Curtis.
It's not the best, but it works.
Okay.
We need something better. We've got a stockpile, so we've got some spares.
Cool. Thanks, Ryan. Across to general depot. So close contact definition. So close contact now is defined as someone who has close personal interaction with a person with COVID-19 during the infectious period, 15 minutes or more, and where masks are not worn by the case and the contact. So that's why wearing masks are important. Pussy. Come on, brother. In close physical proximity with less than 1.5 metres and in less than 100 square metres and an indoor setting. So we shouldn't have any close contacts here as long as everybody wears masks. So just maintain your masks.
So do you have to wear a mask outside here too, do you?
Oh, you're within 1.5 metres, so
Technically not if you can keep yourself distance. I'm not going to tell people not to wear it, mate, so.
that's all it is.
If everyone wants a printout of that, I'm happy to hand it around so you can see exactly what you need to do.
I just figure if you've got to wear a mask, what the fuck are we doing?
So another one, Mark Scott on a roll with Sapman as an asset loads officer. So Mark's last day will be Friday, 4th of March. So get around him. Definitely thank Mark for the work he's done for the, I'm not sure, 2 years. I think he's been here now. Also Benny Kim, taking extended leave, 12th of Feb and returning on the 14th of August. So thanks Benny, mate. Enjoy your break. TSW4A positions.
Legend.
TSW4A positions are now put on hold to recruit more 3As. So there is 3A positions advertised at the moment, and if you know anyone that would be suitable, let them know to apply. Storm events, when we're assisted by active trees, they require a network access permit. Most of the trucks should have the access permit books. If they're not, come see me, Ryan, who TSW6s, so just check them this morning. Brian, we're working out of Ferret Park now, 72 hours a fortnight, rather than split between public lighting, so you start to see him on the trucks, in the store, all around.
He's working, if he's picking up greenies like 72 hours a week.
Somebody has to pick up Brady's slack.
Only needs that.
On that, Alan Green's now redundant.
He just doesn't.
Personal tools. So everyone's responsible for their own personal items, tools. If these are damaged or stolen, it's your responsibility to have these replaced. I know on 2 occasions we've had lunchboxes run over by trucks. And it won't replace personal equipment, so just be careful where you're placing your stuff. I know Reese lost his radio that was in Nick's office there for a while, it still worked, but and the last ended off, so this is a pretty sad one. A red alert, so fatal reversing incident. So 2 Ergon Energy Network employees had just completed tying in conductors to a newly installed pole, so that was 2 hours west of Mariba Depot. One of the 2 workers entered the cabin on the EWP while the other proceeded on foot in the direction of the second line truck. I'm not sure if you can see that there. Most of you would have got that, just have a read of this as well. Look at the photos. So while the other proceeded on foot in the direction of the second line truck that was parked behind and one side of the EWP, after walking away from the EWP, the worker on foot received a phone call from another crew. At this time, the driver in the EWP was reversing, and in the process of doing so has made accident contact with the other employee who was on foot. Evidence indicates the contact occurred at the rear passenger side of the EWP, resulting in fatal injuries. An inspection of the vehicle confirmed reversing camera mirrors and reversing people were operational at the time of the incident. The general visibility and weather conditions at the time were clear. So that's pretty sad for everyone involved in that. That poor guy has killed his workmate, his team, and the guy has not gone home. So just keep on it. That's pretty sad to hear. Just always know where everyone is. Don't reverse. Get spotters. Accidents happen, as you can clearly see. He's not going home to his family. So everyone have a read of that. Just be careful. That's all I have this morning. You guys have anything you want to speak about? Probably shouldn't have ended on that one. That's too sad. Well, lads.